My name is Ronnie Clamp. I work with the South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce, better known as DEW. The division that we operate under is the Technical Services Policy and Reporting Division. That's a good question. Probably very similar to most folks that are working off a legacy system. You know, we had problems with flexibility and adaptability. You know, legislation changes, and new programs come into play, and it was very difficult to get up and going quickly, if at all, without having to go out and build from scratch kind of issues. Uh, we had a lot of repetitive manual interventions that just took up time and resources. We had multiple add-on with platforms that didn't match with the system, and we were always fighting that fight to get all these different options working off of one system, and that was very difficult. Well, goal one was security, and along with that, at the same level was integrity. You know, those were the two cornerstones that we were building off of, and then following with that, we wanted customer satisfaction with the interaction with the system. We wanted self-service for the customers. We wanted to empower our customers to be able to utilize the system on their time and under their control. And internally, we wanted to streamline and get efficiencies through process improvements. First word that comes to mind is professional. They were all professional. Incredible group. Their knowledge was robust. Um, they were detailed, and the most important thing, they were trustworthy. You know, the professionalism, it was on point, it was on time, and they were always on task. Their commitment, without a doubt, they were in the trenches with the DEW team to provide the best service for the citizens of South Carolina. And for DEW, that is our primary vision. Well, kind of touching back on some of the previous responses, the customer service, it became a self-service cornerstone. Um, they were empowered to control their time and their interactions with you. A lot of positive feedbacks from that. Um, it really drove the use of a new system. And anytime you implement change, there's going to be resistance. But when that change is such that it improves their interactions, our stakeholders and our users, then you get buy-in. Yeah, we got quite a bit. We communication was a big part of the project throughout the entire process, and feedback was important to us. It let us know if we were on target with what we were trying to achieve. From our outreach efforts through mail, emails, phone calls, webinars, we went out on site. We did a road trip around the state on site, and those actually turned out to be really great. The feedback was very positive. They liked the fact that they could do work in the system without having to interact with a person, but that if they needed that person, that contact could be made. But they found that doing the work themselves, they didn't have to wait for somebody to respond or wait for some process to happen. That it gave them greater control of their business needs. Um, there's multiple reductions of reports for customers. We had our customers had to, on the tax side, had to prepare two separate reports, and we were able to completely eliminate one report. Customers will love that. Um, Automation of the registration. Again, it allowed us to take staff and utilize it in other areas when the system was helping with that registration process. Um, Reductions of manual and paper reporting. Employers, again, were given the opportunity to do this online. They didn't have to mail. They didn't have to worry about stamps. They didn't have to worry about the paper being on the right form and that kind of thing. Um, there were automations of internal and external reporting for quality assurance and standardized reporting. That was very important to us. Connectivity is something that you don't often think about. The connectivity are interfaces that you have with other partners. We standardized that. We had a hodgepodge of connections, and now anybody that wants to connect to us, we have a standard process for doing that. Um, Going back to some of our key points, we have a stronger security matrix for our internal and external users. And another big advantage is, as a business user, having quick response to production environment issue is key to us. And we get that quick response from Sagitec. Um, Take the time to fully develop your request for a proposal, RFP, whatever you call it. Take the time to work the details. This is your foundation. From that, all communication are drawn from. We always had that document to go back with Sagitec to work through issues and work through interpretation. That would be the first thing. Make sure you have a quality document of what your needs and desires are and outcomes will be. Make sure those matrix exist. The second part of that is make the commitment up front. Our executive leadership made that commitment and allowed us to develop a core team. The core team were committed, just like the Sagitec team, to the development and deployment of this application. And they became the ambassadors for this. Again, any significant project that you go through requires change management, and you have to get people to buy in. This is a wonderful tool, but it is the people that will make it work. And it's the people of Sagitec and the people at Due that were empowered and given that ability to focus on this and build the confidence that was needed to deploy.